Hello everyone, welcome back to another Creative Design Team collaboration video series. I'm Julie, and welcome back to my channel. For my project, I decided to make some fun birthday tags, and I'm going to use the Cake Day collection. Now, I'm looking at this sticker sheet right here, and I thought these little sentiments at the bottom would make awesome stickers. So I'm going to pull out this sheet right here in the pack, and I felt that this one was really bright, but when you cut it apart and make tags with it, it's a lot easier to handle. I usually don't work with bright colors, but I thought let's give this a try. So I'm bringing in this star thin cut. That's going to be the star of our tags, and of course the tags right here. So I'm using the kind of square ones right here in the window. They're actually really easy to use, and it was a lot of fun. So you kind of get a 2-for-1 with this. So here is the first tag, and I'm going to layer all of them together. So this is going to be the back one, the center, and the top. And then I'm going to layer my 2 stars right at the front. Now these little guys here, I've put them together with the acetate, and you'll notice that I marked off the top of the star. Now these stars do have a top point if you want, so it probably makes it easier if you mark it off. So that's what I did right here. And the inside piece is going to make the second tag. I'm bringing in this stamp set right here, and I'm going to use this one. I thought that it was kind of playing on confettis, birthdays, celebrations, so I thought why not, let's use this one. So I'm stamping that in lemon ink, and I'm just trying to create a little bit of a background for my front tag. That looks pretty good, so I'm going to add a little bit of distressing, and I'm just going to rub that tag right into the ink pad and just kind of create a little bit more distressing on the edges. So I'm liking how that's turning out. So I've got my 3 tags, so the background, the middle piece, and then this is the top piece. So they're all going to be layered together. And I'm going to add this little star right here. So this one is a good one out of that series because you've got all of the inside that creates the confetti. So I thought that that was really neat. So I'm going to save those. I'm going to add them inside my shakers because of course these are going to be shakers. So this piece here is a little bit flimsy, but once you add this piece, it's going to make it nice and solid. So we're just going to glue that down. I'm adding glue everywhere here. I just want to make sure that it's nice and secure when I pop these 2 pieces together. And because I'm using liquid glue here, it's much easier to just line up all of those edges. So I just want to make sure that that's all nice and straight. So I really liked the yellow that was popping through from the back side. Now for the shaker element or layer onto this tag, I'm going to add my little star. So I did make 2 here, and it's because I want to sandwich all of the shaker bits, and it's going to come off the tag a tiny little bit. So I'm going to line those 2 up, and I'm going to glue this one down. So when you glue this one down, it actually goes on kind of backwards when you see it from the front, but it's going to turn out really nice because when you look at the back side, it's going to be nice and finished. I'm just going to pop that right onto the tag. And I'm just going to make sure everything lines up. So see this point, when you look at it from the back side, it's going to be nice and finished. So we're going to build a little shaker window right here. Now, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes you don't have the right supplies to do a project, which was my problem right here. So I had to cut everything apart. Now we do have some shaker stars, foam and acetate, which are much easier and faster to work with, but nonetheless, this project turned out really cute. So remember those little stars I spoke to you about at the beginning? Now these are the shaker bits that go in the center. Aren't they great? So that's pretty easy. And then I'm going to try and match my sequins with the titles that I'm going to add on the front of the stars. I'm going to add a few little white beads. So these are the bitty beads. I just like the way they sound inside the shaker. They just sound really, really fun. So I'm going to pull back here on all of the backing of the 3D foam tape, and this is something that I like to do. I like to add a little bit of liquid glass or a little bit of glue, liquid glue on the foam. It just gives you a little bit of wiggle room when you're trying to line up those two pieces. I don't know about you, but sometimes it's a little bit difficult. So by adding a little bit of liquid glass, you can see here that I can pop it down in one corner and just move it just a tiny little bit, and it's just perfectly aligned. And there you have it. Everything is nice and secured inside, nothing's falling out. And at this point here, I'm not sure which topper I'm going to use, but I know that I want to use these little sentiment here. So these are the stickers I was talking to you about. I've got Party Girl, and I think that that looks really nice. It picks up on the little sequins inside, the same colors. I think I'm just going to use this little yellow one right here. So I'm going to add a little bit of liquid glass on the tag directly, and then I'm just going to pick this little guy up and pop it right on top. So you have your back piece where you can write your sentiment. I'm going to pop that on the back side, and then you have your layered tag right at the front. I'm going to add a little bit of ribbon right here, and this wildberry color it's just perfect. It looks really, really good for this tag. So I'm just going to cut this off on an angle, make it simple, and then I'm going to wrap just a little bit of white twine around those tails and just tie it into a bow. Pretty simple. Then just make it into a knot, and I'm going to fuss around with my little bow right here, and I think that that looks pretty good. So this is my first tag, and it's a layered tag. So it's got the one at the back, the one at the front, and then you've got a little bit of stamping and a couple of ribbons and bows. I think it's gonna look pretty good when I'm all done. You'll see at the end that I added a few more stickers to this tag because I felt that it was a little bit bland with the white, but other than that, it was pretty easy to put together. So let's add a couple of sequins to the front of the tag, and we're going to call this one Good. Just going to pop those in there, just make sure they're nice and stuck down. And this is tag number 1, and it's a shaker no less. And then you get to write right here at the back. So let's move right along to tag number 2, and this one is the negative part from the shaker frame. So it's a good use of your scraps if you want. So I'm just going to stamp that same stamp set, and I'm just using the imperfect backgrounds, and I'm going to add a little bit of yellow. And when I started, I thought, oh, yellow is not a dark color. It went on pretty vibrant, so I thought, okay, well, let's go with it. And when it dries, it actually dries a lot smoother, but it was quite vibrant. But you know what? It's a star, so it looked really, really nice. So I'm going to layer those two pieces together. So those are the two negative pieces from the frame that you see at the top right. So layering doesn't have to be complicated. I'm just going to add these two pieces of cardstock just to give it a little bit more dimension when I put it on my tag. I'm just going to pop that on with, again, liquid glue. That way I can make sure that everything is nice and straight. I'm just going to make sure all my little points are going together. And I don't know if you've noticed, but I also marked the top of my star on both of those pieces because there is an actual direction on that star. So layer 1, 2, and 3 for this tag, and then layer 4 with the little star. So I'm going to add again those little confetti stars right in the center, and then for this one here I'm going to add some of these little kind of orange little bitty beads. Okay guys, hold on, the party hasn't started yet. Get back in there. Yeah, you know, sometimes they run away from you. So I'm going to add a couple here, and then I'm going to add some of these blue ones. This was in my stash. I'm not sure where I got them, but I really like the blue, the orange, and the yellow. I found that it was a really nice combination. And then I'm going to remove all of the backing on my 3D foam tape. And then I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to add a tiny bit of liquid glass all over the double-sided tape, and that way when I pop that down on my tag, I just have like just a little bit of time to move it to make sure that it's all lined up, and really that's all I need, right? So I'm going to start right here at the bottom, and you can see that it's sliding just a little bit, and that's a good thing because it gives you time to line everything up. So I'm going to make sure that everything is nice and trapped inside so that those little beads don't fall out. There we go. That looks pretty good. I'm going to add my little star. I'm going to pick a few stickers right here. So Celebrate You, I think that's a good one. So we're going to pop that right onto the front of the tag. And then I made a few little bows. You see that on my left hand side I have an orange bow. It's not exactly the same color, but you know what? I think that this paper collection lends itself to lots of vibrant colors, so I thought, oh, why not? Let's add this cute little bow. I'm just going to tie this into a knot, and I just pass it through and do a little knot at the top. And then we're going to add this little bow right here. That looks cute. Even if it's not exactly the same color, I think that it works. So I'm going to pop that right on with, I just used glue dots. And that looks really good. And so the orange is picking up on the little beads. And oh, I forgot my layer. Okay, hold on. Let's redo this quickly. There we go. I have this at the back now, and I've got my layers here at the front. So layers mean different things for different people. I just thought automatically adding a few layers together, building up on tags, and I really enjoyed this project. So this one here, you can see that I added a couple of stickers. You've got this one here that you can write at the bottom. And then I used the back side of that same pattern paper in the green, and I think that that looks really neat. So I've got my little stickers on this one as well. This is the one we did together with the orange. And that star looks really good, although I thought it was a little bit bright at the beginning. I'm quite happy with it. And then this one right here, again, that little ribbon is not quite the same color, but I think it works. So I hope that you enjoyed this project, and I wanted to take a moment here and let you know that the Creative Design team now offers video classes and full of techniques in an exclusive membership. So you're going to want to sign up and come and join us over there for lots of inspiration. I'm going to leave you here with a few close-ups of those tags, and I think they're really fun. I hope that you've enjoyed this project. Next up here is Miss Carrie. I'm sure she's going to have a wonderful project to share with you. And if you'd like to see the entire playlist from the creative design team, click this video right here. If you're not a subscriber, I would love for you to join. As always, thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I will see you in the next video. Have a fantastic day.